For my critical analysis paper, I looked at a qualitative study by Wilmot et al. 2023 that explores the lived experience of dyslexic children and their mothers through a neurodiversity lens. The researchers interviewed 11 upper middle class children with dyslexia, ages 7 to 12, along with their mothers, all based in Australia. Through thematic analysis, they explored how school environments impact emotional well-being, especially in systems shaped by the pathology paradigm. What the study shows is that these kids aren't struggling because of dyslexia, they're struggling because the environments they're in don't support how their minds work. Many describe school as exhausting, trying to keep up, hiding how hard it is, giving it an honest effort, and still ending the day feeling like they did not do enough. The study really pushes back against the idea that dyslexia is something broken that needs to be fixed. It challenges neuronormativity by showing how a lot of emotional distress comes from the pressures to measure up to a standardized expectation. Like how fast kids are supposed to read, write, and process information. That mismatch between how their brains work and what school demands creates anxiety, shame, and the feeling that they're deficient. At the same time, the study points to what's possible when kids are met with care and understanding. When they had nurturing relationships with emotionally attuned teachers or supportive parents, it made a huge difference. Some kids shared that just having one adult who gets it could boost their confidence and make school feel more doable. The article also emphasized that emotional shutdowns or meltdowns after school aren't symptoms of dyslexia. They're signals that the environment isn't working. This is an important reminder that the problem isn't in the child. It is the system's inability to meet the child's needs. Even though the research claims to be conducted through a neurodiversity lens, I did feel like it had some contradictions. There were moments when it still used deficit-based language, like citing the DSM definition of dyslexia as a specific learning disorder. That kind of language subtly undermines the author's stance and reinforces the idea that dyslexia is a deficit rather than a difference. I also felt that while the paper goes deep into how hard school is for these kids, it doesn't spend much time on the strengths that come with dyslexia, such as creativity, insight, pattern recognition, etc. It touches on how dyslexia can be a source of pride for some kids and how receiving a diagnosis has the potential to support the child's ability to advocate for themselves. But again, the study doesn't explore this in depth. I felt like the researchers missed an opportunity to look at how pride could be nurtured and what it might look like for kids to develop a strong, empowered sense of identity around being dyslexic. But overall, I think the study makes an important contribution to neurodiversity discourse. It honors the voices of these children and their mothers by validating their experiences instead of pathologizing them, while pushing back against the idea that success should not be standardized. Even with its limitation, the study feels like a step in the right direction. The authors are really listening to the children and their mothers' experiences, approaching the subject with care and asking important questions about what education and the surrounding social environments could become when we start recognizing the value and full range of neurodiversity.